And welcome back to part 30 of Neptunia VIIR, where today we're going to try and find Bisha and get an idea of what Planetoon's Gold Third member is actually like. I mean, we got a good idea from Histoire that she's already a bit lazy like Neptune, so hopefully it'll be easy for Neptune to regain power, but I guess one thing at a time, we'll just have to see. But we've got two new characters with us that we can start adding new stuff to, so that's what I'm going to be doing first. Kitting out IF and Compa. I don't kit them out too much because they're only a part of the team really for this episode of Act 2. Like going into Act 3, they don't really get much time to be a part of the main team, so I didn't worry about it too much. Please excuse us, Lady Histoire. Oh, whoops, it's like she's asleep. I'll come by later. What's she dreaming of? Your processor unit is complete. Production took some time, but in order to migrate the previous gen... Oh, Histoire, you changed your head? Oh yes, I modified my head part with leftover production materials. I feel my stern function is 3 seconds faster. Wow, you look like a nurse, and it's super cute. Please allow me to continue my explanation. In addition to strengthening your leg and wing output, on the back is a way, something sort of an auxiliary... There, your new hat is equipped. How does it look that good? You are not listening at all, are you? And it is not a hat, it's a head part. Hey, this looks like a lot like your new hat, Histoire. Yes, well, they were developed at the same time. To tell you the truth, since I had the opportunity, I decided to make them with matching designs. Yay, we're matching! So awesome! Thanks, Histoire! Yes, of course. But I did not call you here today for a fashion show, so please test the performance of these parts thoroughly. Aww. Oh my, I had suddenly slipped into sleep mode somehow. Perhaps I've been too tired. I had such a nostalgic feeling, my dream, matching hats. Is that truly a dream? That the person was... That's kind of the biggest hint as to who she's referring to, because you've been paying attention, you already know who they're referring to now. But we've got a cutscene that's voiced, so I'm going to have to shut up again.
Dealing with Affimax, we've been working 24/7.
I heard they popped up in last station recently.
Right. If I recall, what got stolen over there was some company's documents and research about some of their patents.
Didn't Arbor steal a game console before that, too?
Yep, for some reason, Affimax keeps stealing Planetunian game consoles. I don't really know what's up with that. But people are starting to joke that the game consoles are the most valuable thing Planetoon has to offer. Seriously, I have no idea what they're planning with that. It's such a weird move.
Ooh! A used game shop in a place like this? Shuko's super rare secondhand shop. Sounds like there might be some bargains. Let's take a peek.
Oh, that shop. It opened pretty recently. They sell mostly a bunch of retro consoles and games.
Be still, my beating heart. I have a feeling that a retro treasure exists within these walls. I can't believe this happened. Miss Sales Clerk Mouse, is something wrong? Oh, customers! Hello! Welcome to my shop. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm all closed up today.
Closed? Did something happen?
Yes, something awful. You see, all of my game merchandise was stolen. Could the culprit possibly be the secret organization?
Highly probable. So, did you report this to the police?
I just finished doing that.
Okay, that's good. Then, could you let us in on all the details? My name's IF. I work for the Basilicom. These other two are Neptune and Compa.
Nice to meet you. I'm the manager of this store, Chuko. That's an adorable name. It's nice to meet you too.
I see. So when you came to work, the store was already in this state. And all of your used games and consoles had already been stolen from your shop.
Are used consoles and games valuable enough to warrant stealing them?
They aren't all that expensive, so I can't believe they're really worth it.
You guys don't understand the high values placed on retro games. It's these kind of titles that core fans keep forever because they're not made anymore. They can go for 10 times their original price. 10 times? Oh, that's nothing. Some games
produced in small quantities, might sell for over 100 times the original price. 100? Does anyone even buy them for that much?
Oh, Compa, you don't get it. It's a pretty good look to have games like that in the shop, even if no one ever actually buys them. Just by having them on display, lots of customers will roll in from curiosity or thinking that the shop has a good selection. So that means rare games and consoles can mean a lot for a shop's status.
You're amazing, Nep. You know so much! For that very reason, my shop had all kinds of rare consoles and games proudly on display in several cases. But as you can see, all the cases have been broken into, and they've all been stolen! My shop's already struggling because of copied games and illegal downloads. And now this...
There will be no forgiveness for that thief. As a gamer, I can't forgive this crime. They most certainly deserve death.
Neps' personal desires aside, the Basilicom will conduct its own investigation. We'll contact you as soon as we find something.
Thank you so much for your kindness. It's gotten so dangerous lately. I hope we can go back to how peaceful it used to be here.
Honestly, Planetoon's doing relatively okay. I just got word that Leanbox is being invaded by unknown forces. Doesn't get worse than that. The bummer for us is that all air and ship transportation has been halted because of it.
That's kinda scary. I wonder if Vert's okay. I hope she's working something out.
So someone's stealing rare games, hey? What a little shit. We'll have to go find them and beat them up. Oh! Well, that voice, could it be? Neptune, you're here! I'm so glad you're alright. Sorry for worrying you, but it's good to see you're fine and dandy too. When you disappeared from the area, we were all incredibly worried. On top of that, no one remembers us CPUs anymore either. What's going on? I was hoping you'd know. I'm super clueless. I see. With this, both of Planetoon's CPUs are finally together. Welcome home, Gigi! Yeah, their nickname is Gigi. I love her nickname. By the way, Nepgear, would you happen to know what's going on with Noir and the others? It's been so crazy over here, but I've kept up a little bit. Noir's being held in the last station's Basilicom, and Uni's trying to break her out. Rom and Ram have just reached Louis and have been searching for Blanc, but they don't seem to be having much luck. And I think Leanbox, there's a panic over a Demon Lord having been resurrected, or something to that effect. Hang on a second, Gear. How do you know so much? Even as a member of the guild, I didn't know any of that information. Why? Well, I modified my cell phone along with Uni so we could contact each other through radio. With Noir and Louis, I just happened to intercept a transmission through the radio. And for Leanbox, I might have done a teeny bit of hacking. Ugh, my pride as a guild member. Cheer up, Iffy. To think that Nep Jr.'s hardware nerd tendencies would end up overtaking Iffy's intel gathering, my smaller siblings to be feared. You're exaggerating, Neptune. Since I became acutely aware of how dependent we were on the net in Zero Dimension, I wanted to modify our cell phones just in case. But will Vert be okay by herself? There is definitely something to consider. Leanbox is the only nation without a CPU candidate. As much as I'm itching to go out help out Vert, I just can't abandon Planetoon. I know. Hey, Nep Jr., would you be a pal and go to Leanbox to help Vert out? Me? What the hell, Neb? Really? Now of all times? Yeah, that's weird. You finally just got to meet up with Gigi. I know Gigi, and I'm sure she's really wanted to get back together with you. I understand that, I know, and I really want to see Nepgear too, but this is something only she can do. When I first came to Planetoon, I didn't have anyone to rely on, and it was really tough. But now Histy, Iffy, and Compa remember me. Even if it's just the three of them, I was finally able to feel like I'd be fine. So please, Nep Jr., go help out Vert. Okay, I'll do it. Are you sure you're okay with this, Gigi? You were just reunited with Nep. I am a little sad to part even we've just met up again. But I can't be so soft when all the game industry is in trouble. It's not like we'll never see each other again, so I'll make up for the time lost later by spending time with Neptune. Jeez, you were so clean to Nep before this. When did you decide to suddenly grow up? Are you forgetting the events of the second game, IF? It sounds like a dad watching a kid turn into an adult, Iffy. You've gotten stronger, Nep Jr. I'm sure it was all thanks to Uzume, because I was left behind in Zero Dimension that time I can think like this now. No, play the second game. For realsies, but we have to thank Uzume. Okay then, Neptune, I'll be going now. Like, her entire development is learning to appreciate herself and get through it herself, and not need to rely on Neptune in the second game. And it's just the third game they completely demolished it. Besides, if I'm here for any longer, I think my determination might waver. Take good care of her then, Nep Jr. Leave it to me. I'll try my best to support her. And she's gone. Are you sure that was alright, Nep? Of course it was a little painful, but like Nep Jr. said, we can't be soft right now. We have to help the world. Are you really sure though? Gear's already a personal favourite of Lady Vert, so if she comes to the rescue, she might want Gear as a sister even more. Gigi might try and distract herself from the loneliness with Vert. That's pretty likely. Lady Vert might use that as an opening to get her then and there. What? That's not good at all! I can still catch up to Nep Jr. now, right? I'm gonna go stop her. You were the one who suggested it in the first place. Maybe Nep was the one who needed independence from her sister. I do like that part of Neptune. I know that it's going to be a voice cutscene, but I don't want to make that point before it goes out. That I like the fact that Neptune was like, look, I was alone and I was struggling. Vert might be alone. You need to go help her, because it's only something that's really established upon in the manga. But Neptune does have depression, supposedly, as in they only really cover it in the manga. So that's I kind of took that as that being tied into the writing with Neptune, saying, look, I didn't know what to do when I didn't have anyone, so I don't know how Vert's in. Maybe you should go help her. Like she was actually being mature for once. But I'm not going to carry on talking over this cutscene because this one's a good one.
When asked for their ID, they refused and ran off. But the person had some distinct features, so it's only a matter of time before they're caught. Well, by person, I mean mouse.
The thief was a mouse?
Yep, and from the description, that mouse is probably...
Yeah. Ouch! Owie, owie. I'm the one who's in pain. Choo. Watch where you're walking. I'm sorry. Choo. That voice. Could it be? Huh? Kappa? Mr. Mouse? To run into my beloved Kappa in a place like this, it must be fate. Choo.
Holy baloney! It's that mouse from all the other games! Let me explain. This rat's name is Warachu, and he's a small-time villain causing all sorts of trouble around the world. Having fallen head over heels for Kampa in an earlier encounter, he's been dealing with this unrequited love for quite some time now.
Well, I'm sure it'll stay unrequited forever after this.
You're not hurt, are you, Mr. Mouse? No, I'm fine. This is nothing compared to enduring the brute strength of those pesky CPUs. But I'm not important, Kappa. Are you injured too? Even if you've been severely wounded, I'd still marry you, so don't worry, too. You're so good at telling jokes. I'm not injured, so you can rest easy. I see. In a way, that's disappointing. Well, anyway, it's been a while, Mr. Mouse. Why are you here in Planetoon today?
To resell stolen games, isn't it? All right, book 'em, Neptune.
Choo? What are you doing, Choo?
We know you were trying to resell the merchandise you stole from a used games shop.
How in the heck? But I didn't even show my ID in case my identity would be exposed.
The suspect pool shrinks dramatically when a mouse is suspected. You're the only one who seems to commit any crimes.
To think my popularity would come back to bite me.
I'm not sure it was your popularity that did you in just now, little dude.
But if I'm caught here, it'll be a slap in the face to all nice kind. Choo, let me go!
Ugh, that rat just licked my fingers.
An opening, Choo.
are you doing, Iffy?
Hey, he licked my fingers. That's disgusting and dirty.
Gosh dang it, if we don't hurry, that dirty rat's gonna get away!
No way am I gonna get caught by slowpokes like you, too! On second thought, maybe being caught by Compa wouldn't be half bad.
Wow, it's a giant mouse. Mommy, look! A giant mouse is running this way!
Out of the way, too!
Huh? Mommy!
Darling, are you okay?
Ugh, I hate human kids. They're so fragile. It's annoying, too.
That rat just decked that little kid!
He's the worst. But now, that girl's gonna show up.
That girl?
Hold it right there! There she is.
Choo!
The heavens, the earth, the people all call. They summon me to defeat the wicked. Listen up, evildoer.
Who in the hay is that? I think I know that kid from somewhere.
Who the hell are you, Choo? Think you're so tough? Out of my way!
I am the hero known as Presto Mask. To cause a child to cry is inexcusable. I will deliver swift justice.
What the hell is with this loser wearing that stupid mask, Choo? If you won't move, I'll have to move you by force.
I won't allow it. Take this, my special move Presto Kick. Some people are just too proud to admit their own mistakes. Thank you, Presto Mask.
Thank you so much. How can we ever repay you?
I only did what's expected of a hero of justice. You don't need to thank me, ma'am.
The epitome of a hero. How cool is that?
So you're the ones chasing after that mouse?
That's right.
Never seen your face before. Then, as a first-time service, I'll lower the price to 1,000 credits.
What? Did you just say 1,000 credits?
Oh, I forgot to mention, but she takes money from anyone who's not a kid.
No way. How can there be such a greedy hero? I don't even have any money.
No money? Jeez, what a bum. Well, for this one time, and one time only, I'll treat it as a first-time free trial. But you better pay up properly next time, in advance, too. I'll see you all another time then. Farewell! Nep, you look more confused than a doggo bouncing around a leaf guard.
Iffy, a hero just demanded money for her services. I feel like I just entered the Twilight Zone.
Hey, you're always saying how the people of game industry should think outside the box more. That kid's about as outside the box as they come.
Choo! Mr. Mouse is very out of it. Iffy, would it be okay if I took him back to the Basilicom and fixed him up a bit?
Geez, Compa, he's a thief, you know. Besides, the police wouldn't...
But I can't just leave him out here. Look at him. He's just lying there unconscious on the ground.
I understand how you feel, but come on.
Iffy, I second Compa's motion. Let's get him healed up.
You too, Nep?
It's not like we're complete strangers. We can throw him a bone, right? Besides, he's a little guy, but his network's probably pretty big. We might be able to get some more info about Affymax's next move.
Well, I guess that's true. Not a bad idea coming from you, Nep.
Oh, I know, right?
Okay, so we'll hold him at the Basilicom temporarily as an important witness.
Somehow, I've got a feeling Waruchu's going to abuse that kindness, but yeah, just like R4, Waruchu is a recurring villain of the franchise, showing up in the second game onwards. But unlike R4, he doesn't die at the end of each game, he just finds a way to tuck and escape away kind of thing. But we got another thing for me to try and voice here, so... What are you planning to do by capturing me like this, too? Oh no, it must be the number 4 mouse in the cheesebook Hot 100 charge trying to erase me from the number 3 position. Stop shouting nonsense. It's Compa you should be thanking. She brought you to the Basilicum so she could try and take care of your injuries. Otherwise, you'd be in a cell right now.
Is that right, too? I knew Compa was an angel.
Compa's usually very kind, but it's a rarity for her to bring you here.
Does this mean Compa thinks I'm special, too?
Who knows, but you better not do anything that'll make her sad, alright?
Me? Make Compa sad?
Well, she definitely wouldn't be thrilled about your criminal record as of late.
I see, too. I did wash my hands of evil sometime, but I've been living peacefully by selling bootleg companies of games, but...
Bootlegs? That's not washing your hands at all.
Well, whatever. Where's Compa? I'd like to thank her personally, too.
She should be returning soon. As if on cue. We're home!
Iffy, how's Mr. Mouse doing? Compa!
I think he answered that one for you.
I'm glad you're feeling better, but now that you've learned your lesson, you better stop doing bad things, okay? You're right, too. I'm sure you remember I was working for as an ASIC mascot, too.
ASIC was from the second game.
Ever since it disbanded, I've been selling copied games trying to save up enough money just to get by. I think I might have reached the end of the road as far as evil is concerned, too.
Have I ever told you that I believe people who illegally copy games should serve a life sentence in prison? Jesus Christ, Neptune. You're right, it might be a good idea to throw a bit of cell so we can eliminate the chances of him causing any more trouble.
Wait a second, too. At least let me finish telling my life story in Summonatory.
Then, along with turning over a new leaf, we'll have you give up all the information you have related to your crimes.
Hey, sorry, but no can do, too. I ain't no snitch. I'd never sell out my friends.
Mr. Mouse, we're chasing after a secret organization called Affimax. It'd be great if you gave us some information you have.
Oh, okay, that's easy, too. I'll show you just how great and mighty my network is, Compa.
Neps internally. Alright. Oh, this game. He just told us he wasn't going to sell out his friends. What's going on? Either this rat is a total pushover or Compa has some kind of magical powers. Honestly though, I'm a bit surprised. I never expected a 2-bit criminal like you would have intel on Affimax.
Of course I would. I'm a member of their fine organization after all.
What? Let me tell you what happened so far. The small-time rat villain was actually a member of the secret organization we were following. You guys think I don't know what I'm talking about? You're right! I don't know what's going on at all! It isn't something like hypnosis or super speed though. What an experience was just the tip of the iceberg. I guess that's what they mean by bolt from the blue. So tell us, who else is in this organization? What are they plotting here in this nation? Ooh, and I'd like to know Arbor's identity.
One at a time, folks, one at a time. I can't answer you all at once.
Alright, so I'll go first. Tell me who the other members of Affimax are.
There are 5 of us, too. Well, technically it's 4 and another.
Smaller than I thought.
Duh, we're not really a secret organization after all, too.
People say that you're a secret organization, but you're really not? What do you mean?
The media just started calling a secret organization and it's stuck, and, you know, the only one of us is stealing things is the old hag.
You mean Arthur? She's got the same name as the deity of sin we fought before, but who is she? What's her objective?
Dunno, I got curious too, but when I tried to investigate, none of my associates seemed to know anything about it, too. All I know for certain is that she's looking for a game console with a swirl mark on it.
A console with a swirl mark? Swirl mark, huh? Nah, it couldn't be. I see, so that's why you keep trying to steal game consoles.
Yeah, but we've come up empty-handed, too.
Alright, next question. Tell me more about the other members. Don't forget to say what their roles are either.
I have to say that, too.
It's the most important part.
I'm still feeling like I really don't want to be a snitch and sell my friends out, too.
Yet you blabbed about Arthur pretty easily.
That old bag treats me like crap. She's an exception, too.
Ding dong, ding dong. Business call, business call. Neptune, Ivan, and Compa, please can you come to the entrance ASAP? This is a business call. Ding dong, ding dong. It's fair if Bisha to call us. Bisha is this nation's gold third, right? I completely forgot until now. Correct, she's part of the group that defeated you during the exhibition matches, as well as that Presto Master you just saved. Are you for real? Are you telling me you hadn't realised it? Yep, I thought she was some kind of cyborg hero created by a mysterious organisation or, you know, something. Can't believe you. Can you tell by looking? All the citizens know it too.
Bisha's oblivious to it, but everyone knows.
She's always loitering around pretending to be a hero, but she is this nation's head person and contributes to public service. Although she is incredibly greedy. Well, for the people to continue creating that illusion for the sake of her happiness, it's the first time I felt such real warmth. By the way, Iffy, what are we going to do with Mr. Mouse? For now, let's put him in a cage. Oh, they threw him in a cell.
So I end up in a cell anyway, too.
So aren't you?
Do? That voice is...
It is I. I've come to save you, so aren't you?
That you, Steamax? You're a lifesaver, too. I'm quite surprised you made it here.
Alas, I cannot be bested of my ability to not stand out in a crowd.
I don't think that's something you should be proud of, too.
No matter, the General is concerned about you, so let us escape now. I don't think Steamax had a consistent voice, but I'm trying. Here I am to save the day. Neptune appears. We have been waiting for you.
Good of you to come, Neptune. I haven't seen you since the exhibition matches.
Ugh, you're that pay-to-save hero.
But maybe you're thinking of someone else.
No way, anyone would figure out that disguise out easily.
As expected of a CPU.
I think you see through my perfect disguise. Huh? Do you remember that I'm a CPU? Of course, I already know that you've been helping out with a few things. But that's not why I called you here today. I want you guys to go to Hanada City ASAP.
Hanada City is a neighboring city, right? Did something happen?
It's currently under attack by a horde of illusory monsters. Please, you must hurry and save them. So that's why you called all three of us. Exactly right. Please, help us out. On the subject of this discussion, Bisha, I will have you go along as well.
What? Me too?
But if the nation's gold third were to leave it unprotected, wouldn't that cause problems? I am the ruler of this nation right now, you know? There will be no issue. I have set up the current system just for these situations. Yeah, if this nation is going to go to crap just because the ruler was out, it would have imploded during Neptune's rule. So that means this nation is still standing thanks to me not getting involved. Alright.
Nep, that wasn't a compliment.
Every moment counts. As there are lives on the line, I will have all of you go to Hanada City immediately.
Okay.
She doesn't sound too eager on the idea. But we get our first, what used to be called domain dungeons, but now I think they're just treated as normal dungeons. Which domain dungeons are city areas that you can explore and fight enemies in.
This is Hanada City, right?
Whoa, this city's full of monsters. Dogoo!
Please save us!
This is quite a sight. Let's go, you three. Dogoo! Dogoo! Huh? But where are you going, Bisha? That's the wrong way!
Did she run away?
You gotta be kidding me. Without Gold Third, how are we gonna deal with this huge amount of monsters? Well, you do have Lady Purpleheart with you. We can't retreat. You're right, Nep. I'll make up for her absence as much as I possibly can, so please, bag me up, you two.
Okay.
We're counting on you.
Game Industry's lone gust of wind will blow right through you.
Alright, that was an interesting line, IF. I like how self-confident IF is, but yeah, the domain dungeons is something that they introduced in the third game, Victory, or Rebirth 3 in my case. And it's literally a dungeon, like in the sense of another environment to explore, but it looks like it's designed as a city. That's all it really is, which is probably why they dropped the name Domain Dungeon, because you only really had, let me think, 3 in the previous one, because you had one in Neptune in Planetune when you started the game. You had one in Ultra Dimension Louis, and then the final dungeon was a broken version of Planetune, so it was the full circle of going back to where you started. So you had to go through the first dungeon again, but this time it was all corrupted and damaged, and things were on fire, and some of the paths were blocked off. Yeah, it was a proper finale-esque place.
This battle is mine. Victory / judgment.
Boom. But this is a normal enemy encounter, really. Like, so I don't know why they make it so special, make you have Purple Heart, because Purple Heart's way too powerful to be used on normal enemies. All the CPUs are way too powerful to just use on normal enemies. Am I saved?
Yes, we got rid of all the monsters, so you can rest easy.
It would always be safe here. Please hurry to the evacuation point. Yes, of course, and it might just be me, but when I look at you, I get a very nostalgic feeling. Me?
Nep, do you know him?
No, I don't know this person. Maybe he's trying to remember you, Nep. Remember me? How? Well, you know how you're always sticking your neck into trouble and saving people. With your transformed look in this current situation, maybe it's reminding him of something that happened before.
So if you were to keep helping people out, everyone will start remembering her?
There's a possibility. I mean, that's essentially what happened to me.
Then let's help lots more people out for Nep's sake.
Right, now here's something I want to bring up immediately. I know the city's theme. It's the final dungeon theme of the last game. The third game's final dungeon theme is the theme that's playing in the background right now. I couldn't help but find that odd that they didn't have any other city-esque theme they could have played or gone for. They played the final dungeon theme of the last game. Like, what? Well, anyway, even though there's a lot of enemies here, you have a team of 3 now, so it kind of drops back on the whole. It's not that difficult. And most of the enemies were in that previous dungeon as well anyway, so it shouldn't be too bad. Like, even though we fought these enemies before, I'm showing it off because it's new for this area. That's what I've stuck to, because if I made it, if you fought the enemy once, we don't fight them again throughout the whole Let's Play, I would get muddled on the editing way too much. I would lose track of what enemies I fought before and what ones I haven't. And so limiting it to just what have I faced in a dungeon works out for me. Well, anyway, we got another voice cutscene approaching over here. Well, no, not voice, sorry, just a normal little scene. I don't think we're going to get another voice cutscene for the rest of the part, so I actually get some room to breathe and talk. I know there's a couple more scenes coming up, but also, you can see, because of the way IF's strike range is to her sides, I was trying to catch both of them, or both sides, I just couldn't. Compass has an interesting one, because it's a pinpoint. It's a triangle, but if you look right at the very tip of it when I'm using her, the tip is what's red, so you have to be really precise with it, which makes sense because of a medical profession, she has to be precise. But I just always thought it was odd that they did that, especially because in the older games, the pinpoint point at the end was bigger. Like, it would go into more like of a dome out of it, not just a pin at the end. Hey, you guys reinforcements from the Basilicom?
Yes, we are.
We rendezvous with our forces in the middle of the city. They found the boss of the monsters that attacked the city, but it seems like they're having a tough time. Got it, let's hurry. Roger. And now we're going to have a decent stretch and be running around because I wanted to explore up here, which is an optional little path. So I'm going to let you listen to the music so you can hear what I mean. It's the final dungeon theme of the third game in the series. Like, what? Why?
Not bad.
How is it?
I know I let the music play for quite a long time there, but I wanted to highlight just how odd it is. Like, I know the city's in danger and it's important, but this track still feels incredibly out of place here. It's too dramatic, too powerful for it to just be used in a random little save the people mission in the middle of the game, when in the last game it was a well built up, like the entire country was going to fall into ruin because of an omnipotent, all-powerful god. And so this theme playing made sense, not saving a city from some folks because a few monsters are running around, kind of thing. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I'm not really sure how else to explain it. It's just one of those things that when I heard it, I was like, what? Anyway, here's my usual checking. Compa, as you can tell, is your primary healing magic, is your primary white mage. She does learn a few more aggressive spells than she ever used to. She used to be entirely healing, but she does learn a few attack specials as well, like breadcrumbs and whatnot. But it doesn't mean that much in the end. She's still your strongest mage. Oh, even though no one leveled up, I kept in that animation because I find that animation adorable, of her falling over and just kind of laughing at herself. Because she's just... Compa's such a lovable goofball. She's not best girl in this game by any stretch, but she's such a lovable extra character to just have around. She's always been a character I enjoy having in the series. She just adds so much to it. Same with Iffy, to a lesser extent. I enjoy Iffy a lot as well. Damn it, what's with this guy? He's way different from the others. Grrr. Too many troops have fallen to him. At this rate, it'll be hard to tell which side is surrounding one. It's really a monster. It's only a CPU is here at a time like this. Don't say things like that. A CPU isn't here anymore. We have to hold it down without her. You're right. I will protect this city in the place of our CPU, even if it costs me my life. Good gravy! What is it the men who are trying to throw their lives away like that? That voice. Ta-da! Everyone's favourite Planetoon CPU, Neptune, has arrived. Just kidding. Lady Neptune! Leave the rest of this to us. Lady Neptune, thank goodness you're still alive. Wow, I never thought we'd find someone who remembered Nep. Well, you forgot too, Iffy. Please don't bring that up anymore. It's already bothering me. Sorry. But now I finally understand why I can transform. It was all thanks to people like these two who remembered me. And it also makes sense why the other goddesses could transform. There were still odd people who remembered the CPUs in every nation. People dedicated to Noir, Blanc and Vert are still going to remember Noir, Blanc and Vert. In order to answer their wishes, I'll defeat you here.
Fine. I'll be your opponent.
Oh, yeah. These are your boss monsters. It's more normal enemies. So it's not really a boss fight per se. I was a bit... When I got to this point of my first playthrough, I was a bit like, oh, I was expecting it to be another zero-dimension monster, to be honest. Because, you know, we can't get enough of them. But no, it's just some normal mooks. So just take out the numb doggoos first, or the jellyfish doggoos, I think they are. Just so then they can't heal. And then just clean up the numbers. This fight should be over in no time.
Too early. Leave things to me. Demonic Inferno.
Like, literally, the fight's over already. Best 30-second fight. Look, we've had 2 fights now where it's made Purple Heart come out, and it hasn't been needed at all. Like boss fights, I can always justify when they get Purple Heart out, but this, I was like, well, maybe it's a nod to the first game where like it would put every main important fight into CPU forms for you, which would make sense because, you know, IF and Compa, this tag team of 3 we've got in front of us right now, was the team you had for quite a large stretch of the first game. So there's the reason why I enjoy this episode as much as I do. It's because it feels like a giant tribute to the first game. And as someone actually played the series and kept up with it, I really enjoyed the first game for what it was, even if it's very dated now. I really am surprised there are other people besides us who remember Nep. I know I should be happy, but I'm really feeling some self-loathing for having forgotten, even if I did eventually remember. But how come you two remembered me at all? Of course, that's because our love for Lady Purpleheart. Love? We decided on this job because we wanted to do some help to Lady Purpleheart. Actually, we wanted to work at the Basilicom, but we're idiots, so we failed the test. But even then, we believed we could help you, so we took a job in the city, but I never imagined it'd be rewarded like this. I'm so glad that I'm alive. Oh, you're exaggerating. Well, looks like the other monsters have been cleaned up, so let's get back to the Basilicom. We managed something, but I can't forgive Bisha. She may be in the gold third, but I'm going to ring her for answers. I wonder what was wrong with Bisha. I don't know, but she was acting a little strange ever since Histy gave us this assignment, so let's go talk to her. Next time on Neptunia VIIR, we're going to try and work out what the fuck's going on with Bisha. But until then, you guys take care now.